Hey YouTube, Shuken Shinobi here with a demo on how to make a lost driver out of the double driver. I've gotten a lot of requests for this since KommandoSkar took his video down, and I guess people just want me to do it. So I'm going to, anyway, I'm just going to jump right into this. What you need is basically just a screwdriver. This one is a 00 times 3 inch or something. I'm not too sure what that means. I'm not familiar with screwdrivers. But anyway, just a small Phillips screwdriver that will work in Phillips. That will work in the double driver. So let me bring the camera down just a tad. Okay, so to start, just go over all of these screws and undo all of them. If there's a time lapse, it's because this is taking too long and no one needs to really see me unscrew all of this. Alright, and then just lightly pull on it. Don't pull it too hard. You'll either A, strip screws, or B, lose screws. Alright, so once it comes off, just set it aside neatly. You shouldn't lose any screws that way. So here's the inside mechanism of the double driver. These springs here is what locks them. So take the springs out and just set them aside. Again, do not lose them. And you're going to be wanting to take off this section, this section right here. So what you're going to need to do is unscrew these screws right here. This piece can come right off and just kind of chill out. And just so unscrew these 3 screws right here. I forgot. These little clear pieces are little brackets that fit inside here. Part of the locking mechanism, so just hold those wherever you put the springs. There's actually a lot going on in this toy, considering it's so simple, but there's actually quite a bit going on. So take that part off. If it doesn't come off, that means you didn't unscrew something enough. So just keep unscrewing it until it comes off, like so. Set that aside as well. Alright, and so now it will come off. However, this chunk right up here is stopping it from coming off. So you need to unscrew this screw right here, the screw down here, and this screw right here. So go ahead and do that. Like I've said before, it's not too hard of a mod, but there is chances on losing things. Alright, so if it doesn't come undone, just kind of keep going at it. Aha! There is another screw up here, right here, that I forgot about. I'm sorry. And then that will come right off, and then the top piece will come right out. So here's the clear piece where the light area is. So just set that down. This is the container that you won't be using, so just go ahead and set that aside. For those curious, here's what it looks like. It just kind of wiggles. So flip that back around. What you're going to do next is place this piece back in. So just kind of place it right where it goes. And the screw holes should line up. It might take a little bit of wiggle room, But everything should line up, so go ahead and put those screws back in. You're almost done, so. And if I'm going too fast, that's what the pause button's for. Just a heads up. I don't want to see any comments that said you did this too fast, do it slower. Because I'm not. This one's not tightening, so I think I stripped it. Whatever. It's still solid. So you're gonna want to take this piece right here. There was 2 screws in it, but you won't need those anymore. It'll kind of just be kind of a placeholder-ish type thing. Actually, I had that backwards. So just kind of set that in there where it goes. And then set this one up right where it goes. Just like so. And then you're going to want to put these spring little doohickeys back in. Just like that. Make sure those are straight. And then you're going to want to place the top back on. So just kind of wiggle it around until everything clicks where it's supposed to go. Then start screwing everything back in. Make sure you don't screw them too tight or that clicking noise will happen. And then bad things happen. One of these screws isn't lined up properly. There we go. Just takes a little bit of patience, really. And then as long as you're over a table, tip it over just to make sure no screws fall out. They don't, and that one did. Where is it from? Yeah, it's from one of the holes, but I don't really worry about it right now. And there you have a lost driver. Still retains full click gimmick because of the springs and that white clippy thing and the little levers. All function everything together. There's no hole there anymore because we put that piece back in there. So no worries there. Nothing will fall out. Nothing's really loose. And everything's nice and solid. So if you have any further questions, you can PM me. But you shouldn't have any questions. If anyone's wondering what those white things do, there's a little clippy things right here, and that's how the lock works because it's on a spring and it just kind of pushes in. So that's how that locking little mechanism thing works. So just kind of keep all the pieces that we're not using aside. Don't lose them or else you won't get your double driver back. And just obviously reverse instructions to get it back together. It's really a no-brainer as long as you're paying attention to what you're doing. So I hope this helped. Alright, I hope that helped. Enjoy the Lost Driver just in time for the May release of the Decade and Double movie. So enjoy. If you have any further questions, feel free to leave a comment or ask in a PM or whatever. And again, enjoy. So have a great one. Bye.